Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the February edition of Universal Yums with Softly Spoken Gamer. Bearing in mind it is coming up to Valentine's Day, and the January Universal Yums did mention stinky cheese and a place of romance, we're going to assume that it's France. Now, I'm a bit dubious. I'm not sure if you can see this time. My parcel arrived with white masking tape on it. So, first of all, we're going to see if it is France, like we thought, and see what the state of the contents are this time. So anyway, open. And we're right. France, February 2016. Aha. Coloured tissue paper, as normal. Okay. Right. It looks to be in order. So. Je t'aime à la folie. Folie. I am madly in love with you. Alright, cool. So an interesting start. When you're in love, everything shines a bit brighter. Your worries slip away, and all you care about is the next time you can see them, and eat every delicious morsel. Oops, we're talking about being in love with food again. What can we say? We fell in love with these yums from France, and the feelings haven't changed. The French take their cuisine seriously. They do. It's well known, and they have fought for they have for centuries. In the 1700s, a group of French chefs sought to develop a style of cooking and baking that was distinctly French, without any foreign influences. Their direction has carried into modern day. In this box you'll find a variety of unique indulgences that remain undeniably French. So warn your partner, or get ready to tell your family you're no longer single, because you're definitely falling in love with something new this month, with French yums. Aha. I very much doubt it. But it will be interesting. We have French trivia again. I won't bore you with it this time, unless people actually enjoy it. I don't know, let me know. Celebrate Valentine's Day like the French, and could you order at a Paris bakery? An assortment of different things, and match the name to what it is. And some playlists. French language is beautiful, so it shouldn't be any surprise that the songs picked for this month's playlist are just about the prettiest thing your ears could hear. Enjoy a mix of French pop, electronic rap, and classical music at universalyums.com tunes. Bear with me 1 second. And they spell Universal Yums with one M on the thing. Right, I'm curious, and I don't know if you are as well or not. Well, you're going to be inflicted with it anyway. Tunes! France tunes, not French tunes, France tunes. So, suitable background music, and hopefully it won't drown out my voice too much. There we go. Ah, Paris. Okay. What's inside my France box? Not French box, but what's inside my France box? Turn that down a bit more. Right, first of all, this is what everyone's interested in, not the trivia or the background music. Cadillac Pellets. This sounds interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, Cadillac Pellets Bretons. With butter, with beer, butter. I know some French. I know one or two words. Okay, so according to the guide, these thick crumbly cookies are made in a small town in the northwest of France, near Brittany. Hence Bretons, I'm assuming. The bakery that makes these cookies, Cadillac, has followed the same regional recipe since 1968, so it's an ancient recipe, 1968, very vintage, using a very special ingredient for each batch. Actually, the special ingredient isn't so secret, it's right on the package. These cookies are made from 100% French butter. Brr. You can taste the butter in each delectable, addicting bite. Trust us. You have to exert some real willpower to make these last more than a few hours. Being generally unimpressed and cynical, that's just my general makeup, I find this doubtful. However, I am willing to be proven wrong. Alright, cool. They come in packets of 4. You get 2. And they're actually biscuity. I mean, looking at the picture, they look more like little Madeleine cakes. So, this is a Cadillac Breton with butter, made from pure French butter. This is basically a butter shortbread cookie. Or just shortbread in general, but it is actually very nice. And probably horrendously bad for you if you eat large amounts of them. So those go in the win pile. Definitely. I'm a big fan of shortbread. Okay, for those of you who know me, they know I hate cheese. Rochambeau cheese puffs. Wonderful. I knew I was going to get horrible stuff and cheese stuff. France is famous for it. If you have a secret admirer this Valentine's Day, then that you want to get rid of, cheese puffs. Yes. Don't worry, the French have a solution for you. You can try eating a cheese called camembert. Oh god, no. Oh, please, no. Right, camembert, which is made from raw cow's milk and smells like ripe laundry. That sounds horrible. It sounds disgusting. It smells like ripe laundry. Yes, I must eat it. If that doesn't work for you, you can move on to Ebrosses cheese, which was one of Napoleon's favourite cheeses, and is so smelly that it is banned from French public transportation. Why? Jesus! It smells that bad, you're not allowed to take it on the bus. Needless to say, the French are known for their very, very stinky cheese. Yes, even I know this, so yes. Lesser known, they're stinky cheese balls. Your favourite guilty pleasure just got a major upgrade with these rich, flavourful, and yes, slightly stinky, cheesy creations. Ah, God. Hail Caesar, we who are about to die salute you. I don't smell that bad. I feel like I'm playing Russian roulette. Just hold a rifle, but rifle? A little bit hard. Here somewhere. Oh, just hold a pistol to my forehead. So, just maize balls. Same sort of things you get in every country. to be honest, initial flavour isn't that bad. I have actually had worse. The aftertaste, however, lingers. I need something to get... Oh, yeah. I need something to get rid of that. Right. Oh, next is a fruit lollipop. That will help. That could come in handy. Okay, so next, the French can make something even as basic as a lollipop beautiful and unique, apparently. Oh, for the love of God, please. Okay, so we have these. Raspberry flavour, strawberry flavour. So they can make anything beautiful and unique. These Pierrot Gourmand lollipops have been a favourite of French children and their parents since the 1900s. So these are a much better recipe, a much older recipe than the Cadillac Pellets. You will receive 2 of the following fruity flavours: sweet lemon, citrus, orange, fresh raspberry or tart cherry. It doesn't actually mention strawberry. I got strawberry, I got a special one. It doesn't say anything. Ingredients: sugar, glucose syrup, citric acid and fruit flavours. So not actual fruit juice, fruit flavours. So, these are a favourite of French children. Okay, I was expecting like a chewy lollipop, not hard candy ones. There's not really much you can say about these. The same as any hard fruit candies. And the fact that the sugar and the syrup weld your teeth together and just sticks to them like I don't know, tar stuck at the back. These are probably the same sort of candies that you see in cartoons where you see the French kids licking them. It's tasty. It does taste of strawberry. Kill the cheese! Okay, anyway. Save the raspberry one for later. It's not bad. Hard, crunchy. Does taste of strawberries and raspberries. So they're quite nice. Okay, next. Madeleines. Madeleines are good. St. Michael. Mini Madeleines. Traditional French sponge cakes. So these will be tasty. At least I hope so. So, as the good book says, it doesn't get more French than Madeleines. It doesn't. I mean, that's what I associate with the French, as well as baguettes, onions, berets, and wine. The origin of Madeleines in French cuisine has several different tales, but according to one story, so they pick one story and not the historically accurate ones, it all started with the in-laws. In 1755, King Louis XV was at his father-in-law's house and was served a delicious sponge cake baked in a special mould that looked like a seashell. Louis developed a taste for these cakes, and they were served frequently at his home in the Palace of Versailles. To honour the chef, Madeleine Palmier, who originally made them at his father-in-law's house, he called them Madeleines. The name has stuck for centuries as these dense, moist cakes as a fixture in French cuisine. I'm going to say, they do look nice on the packaging. But anyone who's been to, say, Burger King or McDonald's and seen the burgers on the pictures, you know they never quite look like that. These, on the other hand, so that's the picture. See, golden, like smooth, over the top. This is the result. Looks a little bloated, but actually It's fairly close. But anyway, right, so Madeleines, I have learned from my last episode, opening stuff over the box rather than over my laptop. Soft, doughy, it is basically just a sponge cake. But it is a nice sponge cake with a peculiar taste to it. Not peculiar, unique. I think it's a little bit like marzipan. Well, that's what it reminds me of, anyway. But they're light and fluffy. They don't fill you up. And despite the faint hint of marzipan, they are quite nice. Next are the Lutti Magnificat, not magnificent, Magnificat caramels. Oh, they do look quite good though. In little gold foil, Magnificat. As soon as this candy hits your tongue, you can taste the rich, creamy taste of caramel. These aren't caramels from your grandparents' candy dish. These caramels are made from French butter, whole milk, and creme fraiche. A French sour cream with a subtle, nutty flavour. Wonderful, not a fan of that either, but carry on regardless. Try sucking on the hard shell outside for as long as possible, because when you bite inside, the texture changes. It becomes chewy, sweet caramel dream. Caramel. So, they actually have little pictures of cows on the back as well. No expense spared. Hammond from Jurassic Park. Now, so having eaten different types of caramels before, it is ridiculously hard on the outside. Apparently it has a soft, chewy centre though. No. Doesn't have a soft, chewy centre, but as far as caramels go, it is quite tasty. And that's probably my sugar content for the entire day. In one go. Windpile. I do like caramels. Next, Chabert and Guillot Nougat Bar. I was never sure, was it nougat or... I'm assuming nougat. Never sure how you pronounce it. However, this looks like it appears to have nuts and things in it. In the southwest of France, there's a tiny town called Montélimar, which has been the capital of gourmet nougat making since a crop of almond trees was planted there in 1650. So it's almonds, okay? Just in case anyone has allergies to them or anything like that. Almonds. So it's a crop of almond trees was planted in 1650. This is a long time ago. Montélimar nougat is so famous that it was referenced by the Beatles in their song Savoy Truffle. It's one of the less well-known ones. That is one of the less well-known Beatles songs, I would have thought, because I've never heard of it. Savoy Truffle? Or did the Beatles make Montélimar nougat famous by referencing it in their song? We're unclear about this one. We're happy to bring you authentic Montélimar nougat made of honey, pistachios, almonds, and freshly whipped egg whites. Now, I think different types of nougat. Whether you have hard or it's like fluffy stuff. This strikes me as being slightly firmer than the other. than the other stuff I've eaten. Now, so I've recently developed a taste for almonds, so I'm not too put off by that. It is light, it is fluffy. It doesn't look too bad, and it is probably not as bad for you as the caramel sweets. It doesn't really have much flavour to it aside from the almonds, so that's all you can taste. It's chewy, it's light, it tastes of almonds. And seeing as that's one of the things it's made out of, it's not surprising. Okay, now this looks more up to my speed. Loch Maria Dark Chocolate Crepe Dentelles. Crepe Dentelles. Now these Gavots by the company Gavot Crepe Dentelle Chocolat Noir Dark Chocolate with a quality guarantee on them. Anyway, if you look carefully on the package, you'll see instructions. Instructions for chocolate. Consume quickly after opening. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. To make these crepes, pastry chefs at Loch Maria take light, thin, delicate crepes, roll them up, cover them in rich dark chocolate. The process the chefs use to coat the delicate crepes in chocolate is so heavily guarded that no other company has been able to replicate the recipe. Industrial espionage, obviously not paying off. This makes sense, we've never tasted anything quite like it. I'm now curious. Such a closely guarded secret must give us some decent results. I would hope so. And I'm sorry I had to turn off the French music in the background. It was beginning to get on my nerves. So, these things do actually look quite interesting. Unfortunately the screen's a little dark. Contrast is being played with by the light outside, so these must be eaten quickly, I'm assuming, because the crepes themselves have a finite lifespan. Well, you'd think so. So, wafer thin chocolate, crepes, which I'm assuming, if I remember right, a crepe is a type of pancake, but a lighter, fluffier type of pancake. It is. I don't know if you can hear that. There's my microphone. You hear how crisp it is. And it's shattered everywhere. Oh well. It is very, very light and crispy. Just very thin layers rolled up of the crepe. Mmm. Tasty. I'm assuming you could eat a lot of these. I was going to say shed loads. You could eat a lot of these easily without getting filled up. They are just very, very light and crispy. However, I do not want to eat too many. It kind of ruins the whole idea of me eating these things one at a time. So save those for a dessert for someone. I'll see if I've got any friends who want them. But they are nice. They are. Dark chocolate. As I've recently developed a taste for dark chocolate too, eating Bourneville chocolates in the UK. Let's put the butter biscuits away. Okay, the next. What is it with countries and making rose flavoured sweets? Next we have rose pastels. So a little box of hard rose pastels. Why do they make sweets taste like flowers? I mean, Turkey had the Turkish Delight rose flavoured stuff, which basically tasted like you were eating soap. These are going to be much harder and crunchier. So, according to the good book, the tiny bits of licorice that come in this beautiful tin, it is quite a nice looking tin actually, it's like quality stuff. They may look like Tic Tacs, but don't be fooled. They are their own unique French concoction. So I have French Tic Tacs. Yes! On the outside is a sweet rose-flavoured candy shell. On the inside, a black licorice hard candy. Wunderbar. A word to the wise. Don't immediately bite into these, or it will taste like you sprayed rose perfume in your mouth. Why? Now, I have never been a fan of, see, you actually have a lever here to open to get to your little Tic Tac candies. I don't like licorice. I just don't. But when they said they looked like Tic Tacs, they weren't joking. Little hard, round, pill-shaped candies. The outside of it is obviously going to be rose-flavoured with a small, hard licorice piece in the middle. And I said don't bite into these because it'll taste like you sprayed perfume in your mouth. However, I have to. Flowers. I might as well just buy a floral bouquet and eat that. Anyway, so you can see licorice centre and the crispy shell on the outside. It's actually quite hard. And I think because no, I can just licorice there. Okay. So I'm biting into it. It doesn't quite taste like they've sprayed or maced you in the face with rose perfume. But you can definitely taste the licorice. So if you're a fan of licorice or flowers and eating them, definitely give these a look. The rose flavouring is fairly strong, and the licorice flavouring, I would like to say, complements it. Maybe. It's not something I will be eating a lot of, but I'm assuming people will enjoy it. Rose flavoured, herbal maybe, I don't know. They're not bad, it's just not something I'm going to be eating a lot of. So, next. That's going in the not win pile. Next we have bubblegum. It's a skill I never learnt. I was never able to blow bubbles. Malabar Barber à Papa bubblegum. Barber à Papa. So, Malabar. It looks like a wolf wearing glasses. Not really going to be able to see it too well. Wolf wearing glasses. If you end up loving this cotton candy flavoured bubblegum from France, you actually have the USA to thank. Well, yeah, I mean, cotton candy is from the States originally. Let us explain. Please do. I'm all ears. American soldiers brought the first chewing gum to France during World War I. But it didn't truly catch on until World War II, when American soldiers distributed chewing gum by the handfuls as they liberated French towns from the Nazi rule. So yeah, we freed you, have bubblegum, leave us alone. A few years later, in 1958, the Malabar brand of gum was created in France, with the claim that Malabar gum produces the largest bubbles in the world. In addition to a tasty piece of gum, each pack contains a temporary tattoo. This needs to start being a requirement for all gum that we eat. Well, that's their opinion, not mine. Temporary tattoos are fun and all, however, I don't see the need to plaster one onto my own skin at the moment. And unfortunately, I cannot blow bubbles. It is a skill I never acquired. Maybe I need to buy it and download it somewhere. So I suppose you have to be careful opening it, I suppose, if you want to make sure you don't damage the don't damage the temporary tattoo. I want to see if I can find it undamaged. There we go. So the temporary tattoo is what, shark skin, I think. Oh, get off. So that's the temporary tattoo. I think it's shark skin. It's not a particularly big temporary tattoo, really. Not be enough to make my finger look like I have shark skin under it, or I'm one of the lizard people from V. I'm going to eat rats. So, bubblegum, slightly soft and malleable, but bubblegum flavoured cotton candy flavoured bubblegum even. Bubblegum flavoured bubblegum? That will never catch on. It's fairly hard, but it does taste of cotton candy. So basically it tastes of whipped sugar. But they gave me a few of them. Windpile. Not much you can say about it. If you're a big fan of chewing gum. 1 second. If you're a big fan of chewing gum, definitely give it a look. Ugh. If you want to blow bubbles, and you can apparently blow the biggest bubbles in the world with this chewing gum, have fun with that. In the meantime, I will move on to the next piece of candy, which is the Michele et Augustine lemon meringue cookies. Lemon meringue, this sounds awesome. So, that's these bad boys. Michele et Augustine. My rather pitiful attempt at a French accent there made me sound German. 4 cookie squares sitting in a row. So it looks like biscuity lemon meringues. So the description is: 2 childhood friends, Michele and Augustine, began baking these yummy, colourful... They began baking these yummy, flavourful cookies over 10 years ago. And now their cookies have become a cult classic in Paris and the USA. Okay, I'm over in the USA at the moment, I've never seen these. As soon as you bite into these lemon meringue cookies, you'll understand the hype. Made with fresh lemon ganache and flaked with bits of real meringue on top. Yeah, little flakes of white meringue. These butter cookies will have you saying, "Give them all to me, s'il vous plaît." Oh, I hope so. I do. Actually, there's a little message on the back. Bonjour. We've been perfecting our recipe to the peak of tastiness with our compatriots in France for 10 years. Over 150 million cookies have been baked and enjoyed. Now we're ready for an amazing new challenge to bring cookies to the homeland of cookies. So they're trying to bring them over to the States, it says so. Invasion of the cookie monsters. That would be an interesting episode of Sesame Street. French cookie monster. Would there be war? Would it turn violent? Tune in next week to find out. So biscuit on the outside, with a little hollow in the middle, with the lemon ganache in the middle, and tiny, we're talking not a lot really, pieces of meringue on top. So I'm not one to complain. It is like biting into a mini lemon tart. It's quite nice. You can't really taste the meringue, all you can taste is lemon, but that's not a bad thing. Well, almost to the end. We only have 2 more things. This has taken a little bit longer than I thought it would. Anyway, so, next. Carambar. More caramel. So this is a carambar. With a hint of cocoa powder, these caramels taste different from any other we've tried before. But it isn't their delicious taste that made carambar famous. Carambar is well known for the awful corny jokes inside the wrappers of each package. Excellent. Just what I need. So much that in France a bad joke is often called a blague carambar. Come on, you know we can't resist giving you a little taste of the awfulness. Here's an English translation of one of the jokes. Question. Which superhero is the best at baseball? Answer. Batman. Yeah, we warned you. P.S. Here's a tip. Carambars will crack when they're cold and will become chewy when warm. So if your box was delivered to a cold area, it's a little nippy outside, and these are quite hard. Try popping these in the microwave for 5 to 10 seconds before eating them. Well, I'm not going to do that. I like to live dangerously. Not exactly easy to open though either. It's probably the caramel. So, much darker in colour than the other caramel sweets, and that's because of the cocoa mixed into it. Yeah, I probably should have microwaved these. Well, they don't skimp on them, they've given me 2 extra ones, so I've now got 3 spare. And now that it's warmed up, Jesus, and it's become slightly chewy, it is like trying to bite my way through a piece of tar, welding my teeth together. See, if you have kids, you want to keep them quiet for a bit. Weld their teeth together. It could work. I don't know. And last, Liquid Rock Chocolate Draggies. But that is not what it says on the package. Caramel that just does not die. Oh God, come on. Anyway, these are the last little confectionery items in the box. French chocolates are good enough on their own, but these chocolates are especially well known for their unique liquid fillings. Okay, and in this case, when there's a smooth salted butter caramel inside, we really don't have any complaints. But you might have one for us. Why couldn't we have included more? Now, these look slightly suspicious to me. Well, so this is the case, and what you've got are, almond-shaped or little teardrop-shaped chocolate. So, It looks like a seed pod or a shell of dark chocolate. But the liquid filling thing worries me. Oh. It's fairly brittle. But what you've got is a chocolate shell, a little bit thicker than you would have expected, not that much so, but with a sweet, salty caramel ooze really in the middle, which is not bad. I mean, the dark chocolate complements it fairly well. As to saying why couldn't you have included more, not so sure, but I actually fairly liked and quite tasty. And they gave me 3 of them. Well, 4. Now I've eaten them. Okay, now this is pushing on for a little bit longer than I would have expected to begin with, so we'll cut it fairly short there. I hope you've enjoyed a quick look at the French candies and the universal yums. If you're a big fan of cheese, go for those. You'll enjoy them. Probably. Next month. Clue to the next month's box. It's the land of 7,000 islands. A pearl in the east. If you never try these snacks from here, your life won't be complete. You've got a month to prepare your taste buds for the surprises in store. Garlic chips and purple yams and many, many more. I have no idea. 7,000 islands. That's an awful lot of islands. In the east, we're talking Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines maybe. I'm curious. I am. I want to know. I do. But anyway, so that was France's February 2016 Universal Yums. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. See if there's anything I can do to change them and make them more entertaining for you. Aside from that, take it easy, everyone. Fly safe.